Welcome to this review of the AudioScape 260 VU, as always on Rapid Flow in the context of electronic music. There's other videos on the channel also of the AS78 and the bus comp, but in this one we're going to be checking out the either dual mono or stereo 260 VU. So the way I'm running this is that I have it inserted in various places on this track. We're now listening to one side on the kick drum, one side on the bass. Okay, so what I've done is I'm hitting them pretty hard, and the bass drum is actually getting quite a lot more compression. The kick drum, I'm just squeezing it a little bit, but I wanted to keep more of the low end on it. So especially I think on the bass, it's quite interesting what it can do. Let me show you just taking the bass in and out. I find that it does something really interesting on the super deep low end of the kick. It kind of like almost like cleans up a little bit sort of the rumble and the messiness that's quite difficult to combat in electronic music kicks, because all that stuff eats up headroom when you're trying to get a loud master. So it does something really nice cleaning the super deep low end of the kick. Have a listen again just to the kick and I'll bring it in and out. Now with the bass. The right hand side is the kick drum, left hand side is the bass. Gives it a bit more presence up front. It cleans up the low end on the kick super nice, and the bass just comes a little bit more up front. Of course, the place where these devices are super well known for is also snare drums and things like that. So let's put it on the snare drum. For this I'm going to put it into stereo mode, which is achieved by hitting this RMS button here. What the RMS does is it links the detector circuits, but the controls are still active. That's a super nice snap for a dance snare. Let's listen with and without it. Just gonna adjust the level so it's roughly the same with and without it, but this is more about the vibe than level matching. So that's like a nice snare, you know, it's a straightforward dance snare, but with the 260 it really does something. Let's try the same thing now across the whole drum group. So all the snares, hi-hats, things like that. Let's have a look here. I'm just going to move this compressor over and drop it to this group where I've already put everything together. bypass. It like completely changes the drums in a super cool way. Interestingly, the level coming back of the compressor is actually below what we're setting to it. So even though the drums feel more punchy and in your face, we're actually gaining headroom here in the final mix. It's really cool what it does to drums. I mean, there's a reason why the originals are sort of the go-to drum bus or snare compressors for many people. So in my opinion, it's the most impressive on the drums, on the drum groups. It's cool also what it does on the kick. Super useful actually to be able to clean up sort of that low-end mess and rumble. The bass also brings it up front a little bit, but what it does on the drums is unique and super useful in electronic music. So there's one thing left to do, which is strap it across the main bus. This is not something I think that's a very typical use case, but since we're here and we have the device, let's just do that. Cool, okay, so now we have it on the stereo bus here. I'm just gonna tweak it in real time and yeah, show you what it sounds like with different settings. I'm gonna use actually just a view of the compressor so you can see things better. Let's have a listen. So this is really well gain matched now. Okay, let me do a bypass. Let me slam it a little harder. Okay, let's do another bypass. Really nice what it does to the leading edge of the kick drum. It just, yeah, it's really snappy. Okay, I'm gonna do now a setting just riding the wave, the audio wave a bit more. ton of mojo when it's riding the crests of the audio wave or the peaks of the audio wave like this. So as I was finishing this video, I realized there's one more place where I really want to hear these two, which is on that harmonic plucky thing that I have going on right now. Let's have a listen. Let's listen now with kick and bass. It's really cool what it does to the groove and the way that the movement of that element. Let's listen one final quick listen with the full track and drums. Very cool what it does with the movement and the vibe and the rhythm of that plucky sound, and how it really fills it out in the mix. I thought that was really interesting actually to hear also. So yeah, that is the overview here now of this wonderful AudioScape device. So what do you think? Leave your comments below. For me personally, I'm really impressed actually how it sounds on the main bus also. Very, very cool, very vibey. It's amazing on drum bus and on snares, and what it did with the hi-hats and everything. I mean, that was just like quickly diving into it, but if you spend time there, you can do so much cool stuff, I'm sure. Very cool on bass, really nice to clean up low kicks. It's a really interesting device, I think. So if you're interested in the template that you've been watching, everything we've done here right now is part of the Rapid Flow template. This is the Infinity Bundle, which we offer for Ableton, Bitwig, Logic and FL Studio. It comes pre-mixed, pre-mastered. You just basically drop in your MIDI and you get loud banging tracks. It's available on rapidflow.shop. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you're having a great time if you're in the north enjoying the summer. I wish you much inspiration in the studio, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.